Hi guys, welcome to ReFashioned Art Live. I'm Laura Madden. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm doing a continuation, or I was planning to do a continuation of this painting right here. I've been doing, I've done phase 1, phase 2, and what you're seeing right here is the product of phase 3, which means I have filmed myself live working on this painting 3 phases. And you know, it's interesting, I've shared, and part of why I'm sharing this is I want to share the process of what I'm doing and the process of potentially creating a piece of art on your own for your own home. And sometimes it just goes in stages. Sometimes it takes many stages. It goes in, there are many layers. And as with this one right here, if you've followed along at all, it has been many layers of paint. And it literally has lived 3 separate lives. I mean, it looked nothing like this to start. After phase 1, looked nothing like this. Phase 2, totally different. Phase 3, voila, we have a totally different product. Now, I really never know what's going to happen. I always come, at a painting, I always approach a piece of work with a vision in my head. And chances are good that once I get into it, that vision is going to change. And that's exactly what happened with this. I didn't expect to do, what you're seeing here, by the way, is a lot of splatter. I did a number of layers of paint to form the base coat, and then this top layer is mostly splatter, and it's mostly like a royal / cobalt blue and a white. And then the background, we have some light blue, like sky blue. We have some fluorescent orange. There's white. There was some peach. There's a lot went into this. Now, a funny thing happened. I expected to come out here and do phase 4 and just get right into it, but I'm actually really liking this. And I did ask you guys, I did put up this photo, and I asked for feedback. I love to know what you guys think. It's just always really good food for thought and gets me thinking in a way that maybe I wouldn't have, or gets me looking at a piece of work maybe in a different way than I would have looked at it. And so a lot of people said, it's done, keep it, do not touch it. I'm really liking this. But a lot of times I will take some time with a painting. I'm really trying to get myself to use more color. I love black and white. I love blue and white. I love black, white, and gold. Those are like my comfort zones, and that's my true love. And if you join me this afternoon, I'm hosting a happy hour art tour in my home, and I'm going to go through maybe 4 or 5 paintings that I've created for my own home, for the walls of my home specifically. So today at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you will see my comfort zone in the colors I've used and some of these paintings that I've put on the walls of my own home. So 5 p.m. today, Pacific Standard Time. I hope you'll join me for happy hour. You want to get your drink, a drink. I will have a cocktail and a cocktail dress. Promise you that. So it'll be a different side of me from what you're seeing right now. But I hope you'll join me, and I'm going to check to see if anyone has any questions. Please, guys, send me some questions. Hey, how are you? It's so good to see you. Veronica, it's so good to see you, babe. So, guys, if you do have a question, please use that question mark button, which is at the bottom of your screen. I will see that right away. Otherwise, things get lost in the comments so easily. So send me questions if you have a question or a suggestion for a topic you'd like me to show or talk about in the future. I'm doing this because partly I just want to share. I want to share what I'm doing. I'm having fun. If you're new here, ReFashioned Art is upcycled art. It's repurposed art. Everything I use, for the most part, except for some of the paint that I do purchase, has been repurposed from some other place, whether I got it at a thrift store or an estate sale, whether it's a hand-me-down from a friend or one of my neighbors. I collect other people's junk and I remake it into something that I consider to be stylish and pretty fabulous and fashionable, and I hope you'll agree. But the other reason I'm sharing this that I want to touch on is I really want to encourage people to try this at home. It feels so good. to, have the walls of your home adorned with something you created with your own hands. And I guarantee you, if you're having people over, it makes for a great conversational piece. And I have a feeling soon on the horizon, I see it, we are going to be back to having people over again. So, guarantee, mood lifter, great stress reliever. It feels awesome to, challenge and tap into your creative side. I'm a very creative person. I'm a very visual person. So for me, it's extremely necessary for me to do something creative at least once a day, something. And so this is like ultimate for me. I love doing this. But I encourage you, if you can, repurpose and reuse things you found around your house, do it. If you can gather things from other people that you can reuse and repurpose, do it. And if nothing else, go buy some stuff, create your own art, because it just feels really good. If you don't want to do that, I have a lot of art for sale. So DM me if you're interested. Everything I put on my page for the most part is for sale unless it has already sold or it is a work in progress. But if you are interested in one of the pieces that I posted, DM me and we can talk about a price. So I would love to sell some art. That being said, let's look at some ways you can create your own. So this one here, for the moment it's done. I'm going to put this aside. I am not going to touch it. I'm really liking it. The only further thing I would do, I'm going to put a little signature. I sign my paintings down here, so I'll do that. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to frame this, but I think it would be best in a frame. A really thin white floater frame, just to, again, just to frame it up. Our framing can really change a piece of art. It can really make it pop. It's like accessorizing a really great outfit. It can really personalize it, bring it to life, and tie it all together. So I would love to see this framed, but I'm going to wait on that. If someone wants to purchase it as is, that's great, and maybe frame it on their own. Or if someone's interested in purchasing this and they want it in a frame, I can always have that done for them, and then we can, talk about price at that time. So this one I'm going to take down for now, and I'm going to start on another one just to give you another example. So again, this piece originally was found at Goodwill here in Arizona, and I painted over it, I repurposed it. I was pretty psyched that, I will show, pretty psyched that it was already wired to hang. And this was definitely a professional job. It's super sturdy. So if I do have it hung, if I do have it framed rather, the framer will put their own wiring on it. But if not, it's pretty darn cool as is. And I might actually hang it in my home so you guys can see. Let me see if I can figure out a way to do that. I might hang it in my home so you can see it during the art tour if you tune in today at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'm going to put this one aside. I don't want it to get damaged. I don't want to get any extra paint on this. So the painting I'm going to work on is this one here. It's a square canvas. I really love square canvases. They're just a little bit unusual. We don't see square canvases all that often. More commonly, they're rectangular. So I love a square canvas. This was from Goodwill. The price tag is still on it. It was $4.49. I don't remember if this was one of their dollar day finds, but $4.49 for a pretty decent sized square canvas. I'll take it. I'll take it. So I'm going to hang it right up here, and first thing first, I'm going to remove the price tag without murdering my manicure, hopefully. And that came off pretty quick, which is cool. And I apologize, I don't have the exact size on this. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe 24 by 24? Maybe 24 by 24. So I'm thinking for this one, I really want to do some white and gold with maybe some blue splatter. So I'm just going to get started. And what I'm going to do, these are some great colors, some crazy colors, but I'm going to go back to my comfort zone for this one. And I'm going to go back to the white and the gold and maybe some blue. So I'm going to start I have this vat of leftover house paint. This was from a renovation we did. And I've been using this. I love it. I love it. And it's actually called So Chic. And this is the paint that we painted the exterior of our home with when we renovated 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. It's called So Chic. I love the color, and I even love it more. I love it on the house, but I even love it more on the canvas. So I'm just gonna go and I am gonna put a heavier coat. I'm not gonna worry about it being smoothed out because I do want to create some texture on this one. So I literally, I mean, it could not be easier. I'm just slathering it on, and I used this in a previous demo. This is a super old paintbrush, like super old. It's hard as a rock, but it works really well for this. And so I really want to encourage people, if you are interested in creating your own art. I'm going to flip this because I don't want to waste so much paint having it fall on the floor. But if you are interested in creating your own art and you have leftover house paint from a home project or a renovation, please don't throw it away. Just try it out. Try it out. Get a canvas and just try it out. See what happens. See what kind of effects you get. You might really love it. If you hate it, it's just paint. You can paint over it, no big deal. And I really don't like to waste paint. I'm always kind of upcycling and repurposing and doing what I can to reduce waste. And this is an environmental, it's just an environmental standard that's really important to me. With everything I do, you know, always wondering how can I reduce waste here? How can I conserve resources? So I'm gonna grab some more paint. I'm gonna slather a little bit more on, and I'm going a little bit thicker. And I took it off the wall because I noticed a lot was dropping on the ground. The paint feels just a little bit thinner today. I don't know if it's the heat. It is about 100 degrees. I do not have air conditioning here in my studio, so I am definitely a little moist. If you can, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm sure my skin is looking moist. I'm definitely feeling the heat today, that's for sure. So, okay, this is pretty much covered. It took what, like 2 minutes, maybe? Now, it's not perfect. I'm doing that on purpose. There are some lumps and bumps. I'm doing that on purpose because I do want to create some texture, which is going to give an interesting effect when I do further layers of paint on top of this. So I'm just going to cover a little bit more. I did want full coverage on this. I know, I'm sorry for all you color lovers out there. I covered up all the color, but it's going to be fabulous, I promise. So I'm just going to check and see if there are any other comments. I'm going to make some little squiggles here because, again, I want more texture for when I put this next layer of paint that will go on. And there's some drips, so I'm just going to smooth that out. Yes, I like that. So I'm just kind of like patting the canvas with the paintbrush. And again, I'm creating some marks in the paint, and when that dries, it will create some really nice texture. Just some cool dimension for that next layer of paint to go on here. And this is falling off the wall. So what I want to do, and again, this is by no, whoops, does not want to stay on that nail. Okay, can you stay for me? Straighten, please, thank you. Okay, so, yeah, just creating a little bit more dimension, and it's really fun just to see what happens, because you never know. You can turn the paintbrush just a hair and you get a whole different effect. So it's just fun to play, and again, I highly recommend you try this at home. It is great. It is a great stress reliever. I think anything creative is a great stress reliever, or at least personally speaking, it is. And it feels good. It feels good. So I'm gonna check the comments, see if there's any questions. Again, feel free guys, if you have a question. Hey John, if you have a question, you can put it in, if you wanna use that question mark at the bottom of your screen. All right, so we've got some white. I was thinking of using some gold, and now I'm second guessing that because I'm really liking this a lot. I'm really liking this a lot, and I'm thinking maybe some blue would be better. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put just a little bit of white spray paint on this, just to give it another layer. Again, a little more dimension, different type of paint. And I'm gonna cover up just a little bit more of this color that's kind of like showing through. I do want some of it to show through, but not as much as I'm still seeing. And again, like I said, this is not, it's not totally dry yet, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, you never know. We're just kind of playing. Let's see what happens. We just want to see what kind of effect we get. And so now I'm just painting over the edges because there was some of that color from the first layer from the original painting. But I want that covered up. I want the edges to be all white. I want them to be clean. And who knows, this might end up being framed so you won't see the edges anyway, but for now, it's kind of helping clear my mind because I like things to be clean and in a certain way, and that's just one of those things that kind of distracts me a little bit. So I've got some really good texture here. Okay. Okay, so there we go. There's that. I'm going to see what other paints I have here. Maybe I'll put another color on. Let me see. Maybe a spray paint. Yeah. So I wasn't planning on doing this, but just for fun, this is like a rose gold spray paint. I love gold, like I said, it's no lie. So I'm just gonna put a little bit down here just for fun. And I don't use rose gold very often, but again, it's like just for fun. It looks cool with like this texture we're getting. And then I'm just gonna like try and dust it. I'm just gonna dust this a little bit with this rose gold. So it's just kind of like there's some tones in there. Ooh, I like it. So what's happening, because I added so much of that like clumping, which gave it the texture and dimension, the tips of the clumps are kind of picked up the rose gold. And it's pretty cool, it's cool. I like it. So again, this is just layer one, this is phase one, this is nowhere near the finished product. But, ooh, it's kind of neat. I'm gonna add just a little more of the rose gold actually, just for fun. Any other gold lovers out there? I cannot be the only one. It's like my favorite thing. All right, so let's see what we got. Interesting. I might add some black next, but I'm gonna stop there, guys. So this is phase one. This is the first layer, the first coat of paint. But again, it's phase one. So this is nowhere near the finished product. And yeah, voila, phase one is complete. Join me, I'll be here for sure on Monday about noon. And I will be showing, that's noon Pacific Standard Time, I will be showing phase two. If I have a chance this weekend to come out, I don't know, I would love to do that. I would love to get into this before Monday, and I do, you know, if I'm doing a demo, I do like to show as much as I can start to finish so you guys can really see the process. So I'll put it in my stories if I am going to work on this before Monday. at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. But I want to share that all these demos that I film here are going on my YouTube channel. I am putting some of them on IGTV, but they're all going on my YouTube. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, send me topic suggestions if there's anything that you'd like to see me do or talk about here. And that's it. Upcycled art, repurposing, phase 1. All right, guys, have a great weekend. I hope to see you 5 p.m. today. Happy hour art/home tour at my home. 4 or 5 pieces of art that I've created for the walls of my home. I'm gonna have my cocktail dress on, I promise. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be short, so make sure you get on at 5. It's gonna be quick. I don't want you to miss it, but that will be on my live right here at ReFashioned Art. All right, guys, thanks for joining, and have a fabulous rest of your day.